Welcome or welcome back to Solo Marvel Champion, and happy Halloween. This is my Halloween special, Night of the Goblin Thralls. Of course, that is a play on Night of the Living Dead because I think Goblin Thralls are the closest thing the game has to zombies as a scenario. And of course, I have added actual zombies in with Legions of Hel. I have replaced Goblin Gimmicks with Legions of Hel, which gives us 2 extra guard minions that can also take over our allies and turn them into zombies. Now this is fun for Halloween for a number of reasons. We do get some pumpkins, we do get some zombies. There is someone dressed up as a monster, and the most important aspect, I'm dressed up as a witch. Now, it is fun as a Halloween challenge, or not challenge, but Halloween game, because you can dress up as whoever you want for Halloween, and it's still a thematic game. If you want to dress up as Captain America, you can do that. If you want to dress up as Iron Man, you can do that too. Just a fun, thematic Halloween game. Now, I do have this deck listed in the description and pinned in the comments, but I am making one change. I am swapping out Spycraft, which is a preparation, for 2 target acquired. So this deck does go up to 41 cards, but it does draw a lot of cards, so I'm not worried about going one over. There are a lot of boost abilities in this deck, specifically ones that will put out a Goblin Thrall or Goblin Soldier, etc. So I definitely think it's worth being able to cancel those boost abilities. So I'm going to shuffle up and we'll get right into it. Alright, you saw a jump there because I actually recorded 2 intros. I wasn't sure if I wanted to have this released before Halloween or right on Halloween. Let's just give these a shuffle so that you can see that they've been shuffled. And I'll draw my opening hand. What I want to do really in the first pass of this deck is do all of my building and then just go ham after that. A target acquired is not bad to see right now. Helicarrier is good to see. And I mean, I love the molecular decays, but I'm not going to use them this pass. Target acquired is also interesting because I can use it to pay for Agent Coulson and then get it right back. Let's get 2. Liaison is another good card to see in the opening hand. So, trying to decide here if I want to use her ability to try to get a couple more doubles, and I think I will. Let's discard both of these. Chaos Magic is real good too, though. That might actually set me up really well. So, let's flip up. I think we're going to do... Oh, that's so interesting. Let's do a double for Government Liaison. Let's do... this isn't exactly how I wanted it to work out. Let's use that double and Agent 13 for Helicarrier. Now let's use Chaos Magic to play Agent Coulson. To do that, I have to mill 3 cards. When he comes into play, I can find a preparation from deck or discard. We'll use Helicarrier to play target acquired. I'm going to attack for 1, Coulson is going to remove 2 threat. What's ready? I am going to hold on to that government liaison and pay for it with that or that. That's actually that's a real good turn. So I'm going to be able to get Nick and a Sorcerer Supreme in. One goes on the main. When Goblin Thrall hits, he is going to, when he damages me, he is going to put another threat on the main. And I think I'm fine with that right now. So he's attacking for 2. Now I kind of wish I had blocked. It'll be 2. I take 2. One goes on the main. And I'm going to use target acquired to cancel this boost effect. And then Thrall hits me for 1. 1 bad card. Each player must choose to either discard an upgrade or support, or take damage equal to the total number of those. I only have 1, so let's just go ahead and take 1 more damage. Things get interesting now, because I can pay 2 for my government liaison, use Helicarrier and government liaison plus a double to pay for Nick, who's going to draw me 3 cards. And then we can go ahead and use Nick to knock out the Thrall. Let's, just to see what I get, because I might get a double, let's use Spiritual Med to draw 2 and discard a card. Agatha Harkness is so good, but I'd also like to get that other target acquired in. Let's discard War Machine. Let's use the other Spiritual Med. Still just digging for a double. Magic Shield is also good to have. I think I'm going to discard the... I'm going to discard the magic... No, I like the Magic Shield too. Problem here is I have a lot of good cards. I'm going to discard the Sorcerer Supreme. I'm going to forego taking extra draws for now. I'm going to use Hex Bolt for a Magic Shield, and I'm going to use Agatha for a target acquired. Magic Shield is going to save me from a block in the future. Let's go ahead and thwart 2, and he's going to go at some point. Let's use him to deal a damage. Okay, he started at 15, not 16, so he takes 1 damage and goes down to 15. Let's ready. One goes on the main. He attacks for 2, and Nick is going to take it. That's 2, 3, 4. Nick is gone. One bad card. Green Goblin attacks you. If you're in Alter Ego, don't give him a boost. We're just going to go ahead and take it and let it hit the shield. 2, 3, 4. Now this goes, and I still take 1, which means 1 more goes on. But I did get rid of Shadow of the Past. Let's use... I have to exhaust a shield card. Play Global Logistics. I'm going to look at the top 4. That's 2 damage. That's 2 damage. That removes my threat. And we're going to discard Monster because I don't want him getting shuffled back in. Now, instead of shuffling or putting these back on top, I'm just going to keep them out because I'm going to use a double to play Hex Bolt. These are my top 3 cards. Remove a threat, deal 2, deal 2. Then we can reduce the cost of Mockingbird by 1 and pay for her with Power of All of Us. She is going to stun. I'm going to attack for 1. And Witch is going to attack for 1. Let's draw 5. Sky Destroyer is good to see. Got 2 global logistics, which I probably don't need, but I do have a clear the area. 1 goes on. He cannot attack. Hysteria is a bad card, which I might just go ahead and get rid of. Let's Helicarrier, Government Liaison, and Global Logistics for Sky Destroyer. After it comes in, I can deal 2 damage. Then we're going to use Mental to discard Hysteria. It's bad because there are so many boost abilities in this deck. That's why I want to get rid of that. I'm going to hold on to him, and each of us will attack for 2. Going to hold on to that Global Logistics. Maybe I can draw another Hex Bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a really good draw because Warp Reality can cancel whatever encounter card comes out. 1 goes on. He attacks for 2 plus a boost. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gone, and I love seeing that go. 1 encounter card. Let's see. Do I care about that guard? Let me think about this before I decide whether or not. I think with my global logistics, I'm fine with this coming out. When revealed, I am just going to take 1 damage. And I think that's fine because I can exhaust Coulson to play Global Logistics. That is a shield card, which is going to deal 2 to him. Look at the top 4. That is a lot of goblins and a lot of damage. 2 for 2, and then 4 to him leaves him at 1. I'm totally fine with that. Let's get rid of, well, one of these. It doesn't matter because they're all going to be 2 damage. And I am not going to put those back on top. We are going to pay 1, 2. I don't want to use Quake for that. 1, 2 for Hex Bolt. These are my top 3 cards. 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. What do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if I don't... Yeah, I'm fine, I think. Gonna go ahead and play Quake for free. And then he is not going to attack. Let's have him thwart 1. Just always like keeping this threat down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I even use her? I don't even know at this point. 1 goes on the main. He's going to attack, and because I'm getting ready to shuffle, I'd rather have Ancient Coulson go back in. That's 2, 3, 4. Coulson is gone. Get 1 encounter card. Glider. +1 attack. I could get rid of that. I don't know that I need to. Thwart 2. And actually, since I'm getting ready to get an encounter card, I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. Because I don't have a shield card. I think I'm just going to take the extra encounter card and not push. So, Helicarrier for a magic shield, which is good to get out. I'm going to use build support and crest, or build support and molecular decay for my crest. I'm going to hold on to another magic shield and ready. It's one, that's an encounter card. Two, three, four. Global Logistics is good. Oh, and there's my Agatha. That could be a good turn. One goes on the main. He's going to attack for 3, and I'm going to block it. That's 3 here. I'm going to discard this to cancel that boost effect. Get 2 encounter cards. I get a Soldier. Get a Legions of Hel. Legions of Hel is going to shield because I have no undead. Surge. He is going to scheme for 1, 2, back up to 3. I think this is going to be a good turn to flip down. Although I can stun him right now, too. I could stun him, take care of this, then flip down. We may do that. We may see if we can do that. So, Helicarrier, Government Liaison, and Shield for Mockingbird. That is going to deal 2 to him. Quake is gone. It's going to stun him. Not going to quite get rid of him. Thwart this off. I don't think I'm going to be able to thwart that off either, darn it. Yeah, I can take one more off since he is not going to... I'm not going to be able to get rid of him this turn anyway. Let's use a Global Logistics for Agatha and flip down. We're going to look at the top 3, add 1 to my hand, the rest on the bottom. That's in my hand. Top 3 are those. Now let's hold on to that strength and put these on the bottom. And I'm not going to use that ability. It's ready. Draw 4. One goes on the main. He is going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. Ah, that takes that up to 6. Soldier takes it up to 7. Advance to stage 2B. This has 4, and we did have a win completed here. Each player not engaged with a goblin minion discards 3 from the encounter deck. I am engaged with a goblin minion. This will go up by X for each goblin enemy in play. I have 2 at the moment. They have both schemed 1 encounter card. Ooh. I can't cancel that. Treat attached ally as undead. Well, that's Mockingbird. Oh, actually, I've been playing this wrong. When revealed, discard from the top until I discard an ally. Put that into play. I'll probably end up being Nick. Chewing through my deck. Yep, Nick. How funny is that? So I'm going to deal 3 damage to him as well. He hits hard. Alright, let's start with a spiritual meditation. Draw 2, discard a card. Let's just go ahead and discard that. Getting that fallen warrior there really hurt. Choose Agatha, look at the top 3. Hold on to that double and put those on the bottom. I think this should be a pretty good turn. Let's flip up. I need to deal 3 and 3, ideally. I'm going to end up getting 4 encounter cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I can draw so I don't get a 4th encounter card this turn. I do want to push him. Let's do one and 2 and a double for Agent 13. That is going to deal 2 here. And she is going to attack for 1 more. That's 5. That also readies. Let's ready my Sky Destroyer. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 for War Machine. That is going to deal 2 to Nick. He also has a tough. And then Mockingbird can finish off Nick. I'm going to thwart 2 of this off. And we're going to leave it at that. I'm going to hold on to that Warp Reality. We're going to draw 4 cards. There's Agent Coulson, which is good to see because that'll get me a target acquired back. And actually, yeah, that will be really good. Okay, 1 goes on the main. He cannot attack. 1 bad card is a Draugr, and I will take 1 damage. Okay. I need to get rid of Mockingbird, so she's going to attack the Draugr and leave play. I'm going to do 1 and 2 and this double, which is only a single in this case, for Agent Coulson. When he comes in, he'll deal that additional 3 damage there. Also, when he comes in, I get to go get a target acquired. Now, Agent Carter is going to remove 2 threat and ready my Helicarrier. I'm going to use Helicarrier for clear the area, draw a card. Spiritual Med I don't want to use. I'm going to use that Spiritual Med for a target acquired. And you know what? Hold up. I'm going to get an extra encounter card no matter what. So let's Spiritual Med. Draw a card. There's 1. 2. I have to discard 1 card. Let's get rid of a Hex Bolt since I have 2. Now, use Hex Bolt to play target acquired. I'm actually going to hold on to both of these. He can't do anything without pushing. I don't want him to do anything because he will knock off his own tough. She can't do anything either. Just dropped 5. Now I do have a global logistics with a Hex Bolt, which is nice to see. 1 goes on the main. He is going to attack and War Machine will block. That is 3. Knocks off his tough, and I do like that. Advance leaving. I get 2 encounter cards. Legions of Hel again, which is going to surge. Discard X, where X is double the villain stage. Then I have a choice with my goblins. Not a goblin, not a goblin. Caught off guard. I've got a magic shield in hand, so let's discard a magic shield. Okay, this turn should be pretty good. I hope it'll be pretty good. Let's... Got that Quicksilver back, which I don't really want. Let's exhaust Helicarrier for global logistics. That is going to hit him for 2. That gets me 2 encounter cards. And he has 18 health. I'm going to look at the top 4. I can discard 1 if... I can discard any number of them if I want. But that is going to give him a stun, which is nice. This will draw me a card. And this will remove this threat. And I'm going to get rid of that one, since it's going to be shuffled anyway. Or, let's not get rid of that. Let's just put it back there. And then these go on the top. So now let's play my Hex Bolt for 2. Oh, I'm not going to pay for 2 for that because she is going to remove that threat, which readies my Helicarrier. Helicarrier plus Quicksilver for Hex Bolt. We're going to look at the top 3. We already know what they are. That one will stun. That one will draw me a card. And that one will remove this threat. And I couldn't have removed the threat from there with Agent 13. So instead of removing threat, she attacked for 1. Now, I drew another Hex Bolt, but that's fine. I actually like using that Hex Bolt to pay for a magic shield. And then we can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I'm going to hold on to that Warp Reality. and draw some cards. A double with Nick is really nice. So I can basically get him in for free and draw some cards. One goes on, he cannot attack, but I get 3 encounter cards, and now I get an acceleration icon and shuffle. First one is Goblin Soldier. That's fine. Next one, the villain and each minion attacks me. Let's see, I have a magic shield. I am going to not do anything about, well, he is attacking for 3. So let's defend and take the attack. That's 3, 4. Yeah, the shield will take 3 of it. I would take 1. He is going to hit me, and I'm fine him hitting me for 1. I also get that overrun, which I put back on top. I am going to have to defeat that unless I can beat him on this turn, and I don't see that happening. But let's... 6. I mean, honestly... Let's just see what happens. 1, 1, and a double for Nick. Well, before I play Nick, I've got to get rid of one of my allies. Let's exhaust Agent Coulson. No. Let's exhaust Helicarrier to play Global Logistics. Global Logistics is going to hit him for 3. For 2, rather. Look at the top 4. Can discard any number of these. See, right now I don't have a Hex Bolt. So I'm hoping to draw one with Nick Fury. Well, either a Hex Bolt or a Molecular Decay. I'm going to hope for a Molecular Decay. So I'm going to discard these 2, put these 2 on top. She is going to thwart these 2 off, which defeats her, but it also readies my Helicarrier. 1, 2, and double for Nick, who's going to draw me 3 cards. There's Molecular Decay, Sorcerer Supreme. Now, I know I'm going to deal 9. That only leaves me 2. So because I just played Nick, let's let him do the final damage. 1, 2, 3 for Molecular Decay. Deal 5, discard the top 2. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I could have Nick do it. I could have War Machine do it. Let's just have Nick do it. Nick attacks for 2. Alright, that is definitely a longer game than I normally like to play. Normally I keep my games under 20 minutes, but I'm missing some hard-hitting cards in here. I don't have Turn the Tide. That still is a really fun matchup, so I will probably play this again next Halloween and just choose a different hero to do my Halloweening with. Alright, please like, sub, and comment all those things that YouTube likes, and of course I would appreciate that as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a marvelous day.